Father Mark from Presentation Parish in Stockton, again addressing my parishioners each day as we prepare for the feast of Our Lady of Fatima, May 13th. I thought I would join our Pope Francis and our Bishop Myron in speaking to people about the importance of praying, especially the Rosary, in this month of May, and understanding this wonderful event that occurred, the greatest event perhaps of the 20th century, the apparitions and the great miracle of the Son of Our Lady of Fatima. And so every day I'm just going to give a brief reflection. You can certainly say your rosary each day on your own with the help of different apps or different websites or Catholic television or radio to pray the rosary, especially as a family. But just a little reflection on each of the apparitions. We have a few more days before next Wednesday, the feast, and so, but there's a number of apparitions to talk about. There were 3 apparitions in 1916 of an angel to the 3 children of Fatima, preparing them, teaching them to pray. And then there were 6 apparitions every month from May through October 1917. And so in the next days, I will go through those apparitions as well. And that'll make a nice preparation for us to celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Fatima. Well, again, we're sheltering at home, and many of you are at home perhaps with extra time to do things like prayer, but maybe kind of wondering, what can I do? What can I do to help others if I'm stuck at home? Well, we have heard what the angel said to the 3 children. The angel said, "I am the angel of peace." The angel said, "I am the guardian angel of Portugal." And the angel told these 3 children what they can do to help their country. Portugal was, since 1910, there was a revolution that kicked out the royalty, and it became, there were communist and Masonic leaders who were trying to destroy the church. And so what could 3 little young children, 7, 8, and 10 years old, do? And what can we do from home? Well, the angel taught them prayer. And the angel also enlightened them. The words of the angel, they said, kind of inspired them or illuminated them so they understood things, and they understood God and the ability of prayer and penance to save sinners and to bring them, and how much God wanted to be loved and how much God loved them. They were beyond their years in understanding because of what they were receiving from this angel. Well, now I'd like to speak about the 3rd apparition. The 3rd apparition happened in the autumn, in the fall of 1916. And by this time, again, the children, it had been a few months since the 2nd apparition, but the children now were quite fervent in their prayer. So this time the angel didn't surprise them and kind of say, "What are you doing? You need to pray." No, the children actually were just starting to pray together. They had kind of began to kneel down and prostrate and to pray the prayers that the angel had taught them. So this time they were just starting to pray, and the angel appeared to them. They looked up and they saw this incredible scene, a beautiful image. They saw this angel, which was a radiant angel, with light shining through, a heavenly vision, more beautiful than anything they'd ever seen. But this time they saw the angel appearing with a chalice in his hand. The angel was holding a chalice, and above the chalice was suspended a host. So the bread, or the sacred host that we know in the Catholic Church, is the body of Christ. And from the host, in this vision, this mysterious mystical vision, they saw drops of blood falling into the chalice, into the cup. And so this obviously is a symbol of the Eucharist. Well, the angel left the chalice and host suspended in the air, kind of just had it there, and then the angel bowed down, and the chalice and the host remained suspended in the air. And the angel bowed down and once again repeated 3 times a new prayer, another prayer for the children to repeat. And instinctively, automatically, they started to repeat the prayer as they had done before. But this time it was a different prayer, and it is called the Most Holy Trinity prayer of the angel, the second prayer that the angel taught to these children. So I will just read that prayer now and pray it. Most Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I adore you profoundly. I offer you the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of our Lord Jesus Christ, really and truly present in every tabernacle of the world. In reparation for the countless outrages, sacrileges, and indifferences by which he is offended, and through the infinite merits of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, I beg you to convert poor sinners. So this prayer, obviously very beautiful, speaking to these children about what they can do, that, and all of us, in fact, even though we're at home and we can't go out, perhaps, we know that Jesus is present in every tabernacle in Stockton and all the Catholic churches and in all over the world. And even though we can't go to Mass and offer the body, blood, soul, and divinity, we can do it from our homes. And these children were doing it here with the angel. So, we don't have anything to offer, but we can offer that. We can offer God himself. We can offer Jesus himself to God the Father, praying for the world and for sinners. And then another thing we can offer is the merits, the infinite merits of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the merits of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. So the love of the Heart of Jesus and the love of the Heart of Mary is so great that, it maybe melts the heart of God the Father, and he can't resist. So we offer up, that as well. So these are little tricks that the angel was teaching the children and teaching us. What can we do? What can we really do for our world, for the community, for sinners? And so the angel also spoke again about offering the merits of this Heart of Jesus and the Immaculate Heart of Mary to the Father. And so then it is interesting what happened next. The angel gave Holy Communion gave the sacred host. The host was given to Lucia. Now Lucia was the oldest. She was 10. She had already received First Communion. The other two children hadn't received First Communion, but they received from the chalice. The angel gave the chalice to the children, to the two younger ones as well. And this was a spiritual communion, perhaps for them in a certain way. And later, after the apparition, the children were so awestruck that they couldn't express what had happened to them. And for example, Francisco eventually managed to say, "The angel gave you Holy Communion, Lucia, but what was it that he gave to Jacinta and me? I knew it was God in me, but I didn't know how it was." And so, whether we've received First Communion or whether we're able to receive communion on Sundays, in certain ways, God can make up for it. And we can make a spiritual communion and offer up the body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus, who is really present in every tabernacle and on every altar in the Eucharist, but also we can invite him spiritually into our hearts. Lucia and the children said that when they were experiencing this communion or this spiritual communion, they couldn't describe what it was like. And they were at a loss for words. And it reminds us of St. Paul. St. Paul in his epistle speaks of being lifted to the third heaven, and he couldn't describe, and he heard words that he could not express. And so these are the kinds of things that happened to the children in the third apparition of the angel to them in 1916. Well, God bless all of you as we continue to shelter at home and to celebrate this Easter season, this time of thinking of our risen Lord. We also think in this month of May of Our Lady, our Heavenly Queen, who can also help us to get through this difficult time and to, in fact, make good use of time, to make good use of the time that we have to help the priests and the religious who pray for the world and who work for salvation. We can all do our part to help the saints and angels, also to convert sinners and to bring everyone to the joy of heaven. God bless you, and happy Easter season.